Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing into word and the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. Brother every year coming at you with another lesson. And I had kind of put this out there I believe a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to do a lesson on it because now there's, it's everywhere. This punk rock bullshit that Jake is doing, as you can see, and punk rock was started by Iggy Pop and the Ramones. You can look that up on YouTube. Okay, those are Edomites, or they appear to be Edomites. Okay, and that's what Jake is following after. Because rock and roll was created by like Barry Gordy and gospel and R&B and by us. We started that rock and roll movement, and Edomites took it and ran with it. And when they ran with it, they created the punk rock, and now that's what Jake is into. They're into the punk rock, but it's all Satanism, man. That's what it boils down to. It's Satanism. Okay? And that's what 2/3 of our people are into now, man. Especially the younger generation. They into that Satanism, man. That's what they into. This is Jeremiah 2 and 31 through 33. O generation, see the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore my people, wherefore say my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee. All right, and that's how a lot of, or 2/3 of our people are acting. They don't need the Lord, man. That's how they acting. We don't need to come before you. We do what we want, man. And they gonna pay for that shit too. 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. And why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore thou hast also taught the wicked one thy ways. And that's what they doing. They trimming their ways, man. They trimming their ways. And you can see it. To seek love. They want to enter into a genre that's not even meant for them, man. It's not meant for them at all. But that's Jake for you. That's Jake. And this younger generation, man, it's got to be the last one, because good Lord. I mean, the shit you see with these younger people is ridiculous, man. It really is. I'll get this too. John 8:44. Of course, because that's our people's whole team, man. John 8:44, which is ye are of your father, the devil. Now we know who the devil is. The so-called white man is the devil of the Bible. Okay? And the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. He's a murderer from the beginning. Meaning what? Cain, man. The spirit of Esau was in Cain when he killed his brother. He was a murderer from the beginning. Right? And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. right? Going back to what? To the snake, and not the snake. That was a man. There wasn't a snake in the garden. That was a man. Okay, being deceptive in the garden. Okay, and that was the spirit of the Edomite too. Even though Edomites weren't around then, he had the spirit of an Edomite, and it was a man from another nation that beguiled, Eve, man, in the garden, and had um and had Adam go off. You know, that was during the time of the Adamites. Okay, but that's what Jake is going after now, man. Jake want to be like Esau so bad, man. It's ridiculous. You know, we're used to seeing Edom wanting to be like us and want to do things that we do and take from us and make money off of it. But now we're seeing that 2/3 of our people are following after what Esau's doing, man. You know, we didn't create that. That's not us. All this is bullshit, and all this that was so-called created here is gonna be done away with, man. Rock and roll, rap, whatever, rhythm and blues, gospel, that bullshit. But gospel, all that is gonna be done away with, man. All of it's gonna be done, you know. But let me see, Salakia. Let me just stretch my face real quick. Yeah, so that's what we're seeing now. It reminds me of this scripture too. Um, Wisdom of Solomon, what is it, 20, what is it? 2 and 24, I believe. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, right? And in the garden, when Adam and Eve was in the garden, we were meant to live forever, man. That's how it's gonna be in the kingdom. Of course, I can't wait for that. But back then, we were intended to live forever. And the devil came and beguiled Eve, right? And that's when we were able to die. We no longer had the privilege of living forever because of that choice that Eve and Adam made, man. That's why it says through her we all die. Death, the beginning of death came from the woman, man. But I don't want to make it about the woman. It's about 2/3 of our people, man. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. And that's why 2/3 of our people are gonna find it. They're gonna find death, man. They're gonna find death. They gonna find it, man. Let's get this too, man. Real quick. Um yeah, Zechariah 3:13, 8 and 9. And it says, and it shall come to pass that in the land, says the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine, which means to what? Purify them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall come they shall call on my name, Salakia, and I will hear them. I will say it is my people, and they shall say the Lord is my power. Right? So yeah, um, 'cause it says in Daniel, man, some people will be will come to everlasting shame and contempt. You know, a lot of our people gonna be hanging their heads low in the kingdom, embarrassed, you know, for the things that they did here on this side, man. And this was one of them. Where I just put up the videos, man. You know, that's why 2/3 of our people gotta go. They gotta go. You know, and shit. Hell, let me give you an example. Look at this shit here.
Take a look now at the 3 teen boys in this video from Williamsburg. Police say they punched a 6-year-old girl in the chest and then stole her scooter. Now they are wanted by officers. News 4's Erica Byfield is live in Williamsburg, where she spoke to neighbors about this crime. Erica, what goes through my mind is, why would somebody do something like this?
Jen, we heard so many neighbors asking us that same question today. Police are telling us that that little girl is going to be okay. But again, as you mentioned there, Jen, so many people are asking why anybody would steal from a child.
What is going on with the world? I mean, how could you stoop so low?
Police say that this trio did on the corner of Throop Avenue and Bartlett Street in Brooklyn last week.
I'm speechless because 6 years old.
This is an angle of video that you will only see on News 4. You see a guy on a bike. His buddies come up behind him. This is Thursday, July 28th, around 5:50 in the afternoon. Eventually, those teens turn left. Detectives say that seconds later, they encountered a 6-year-old girl. One of them punched her in the chest. Then the other 2 swooped in and stole her Razor scooter. The video picks up again as they race down Thorpe. One guy has that scooter in his hands.
I think it's crazy how a little girl came and riding a scooter, like just to have fun. But it's crazy how troublemakers just want to start that for no reason. I feel like it's sad. It's crazy.
Detectives suspect that the attackers are anywhere between the ages of 14 and 16. The photo and these videos are all they have for now. That day, one was in red shorts, another in turquoise shorts. The last one was in gray jeans and a multicolored shirt. The incident has neighbors frustrated, concerned about all the kids in this area.
It's ridiculous because there's a lot of kids around this area, especially on this block alone.
So on Thursday last week when this happened, EMS treated that little girl on the scene, the 6-year-old girl.
See that bullshit, man? Three dudes that they kids too, you know, but they are much older than her, man. It took 3 of them to punch her in the chest and take her scooter, man. You know? That's why 2/3 of our people gotta go, man. For dumb shit like that, man. And we see stuff like that all the time. It's always something stupid, you know? But that one right there takes the cake, you know? I mean, like I said, all this stuff gonna burn her anyways, the scooter, whatever. But it's the act, bro. It's the act. It's, you know, what's been done. That's crazy, man. That shows you the love many waxing cold. And we almost up out of here, man, because this place is getting worse and worse. Day by day, man. You know? Lamentations 4 and 1 and 2. How was the gold become dim? How was the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? The work of the hands of the potter. Okay, who's the potter? The potter is the Most High. And we turn our backs on him, man. So this is what we get. This is the punishment that we living out right now here on the earth, man. This is punishment for turning our backs on him, man. You know? So shit like this is gonna happen. And things are gonna get progressively worse. You know? To me, that's horrible, man, for, you know, probably three teenage kids to beat up on a little girl and take her stuff, man. That's crazy to me, you know? Now, I wasn't no angel when I was growing up, you know? But I wasn't going around stealing from them little girls, man. You know, I was, you know, breaking up in houses and all type of shit, man. You know? But I wasn't doing nothing like that. Now, that'll make me better than them, of course, you know? But I am better than them because I turned back to the Lord, man. You know? But, you know, that's something that I would never even fathom of doing is, you know, beating up a little girl, man. That's crazy, man. That just shows you what type of time Jake is on, man. Jake don't give a fuck, man. Jake don't care. You know, and you can see it. Let me get this last one, man. Salakia. Ezekiel 22 real fast, man. Ezekiel 22. And I'll start at 18. Ezekiel 22 and 18. Son of man, the house of Israel is become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even dross of silver. Okay? What's dross? You know? That's like the scum. That's like the bottom of what's left when, you know, during the refining process, or during we'll just get it here, man. Dirt, dregs, refuse or impure, okay, or a matter which separates from a liquid and falls to the bottom or rises to the top. The scum, thrown off from metals and smelting, right? This is what the Lord is looking at 2/3 of our people as, man. The ones that didn't return, the ones that he don't want. This is how he looks at them. A figurative sense. Worthless. Okay, remainder of what was once valued. Oh my goodness. A remainder of what was once valued, man. Okay? The Lord once valued, you know, all of our people, man, but kept going off time after time, time after time. Keep going off, man. You know, and that's off right there. That's off. You wouldn't see no man of the Lord going around punching a little girl and taking a scooter, man. You ain't gonna see that. We ain't gonna do that, man. You know? But that's what you see with 2/3 of I don't even want, they not even of us, man. They not, man. They father the devil, man. Because they gonna receive the same fate that Esau receives, man. I mean, here on this side. On this side. You know, in the kingdom, we already know. Obadiah 1 and 18, we know what it is. But on this side, you know, on Babylon the Great side, yeah, they gonna suffer the same fate as Esau, man. You know? And they deserve it too, man. They out here doing all this foolishness. Okay? I'm gonna keep reading. And they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, because you are all become dross, behold, I will gather you into the midst of the furnace. Salakia. I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem. As they gather silver, brass, and iron, and lead, and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. And that's going to happen on this side, man. The Lord is going to leave you here and melt you. And Lord willing, among that number, where I can have a bird's eye view and look down and see your judgment, man, for the things that you've done here on the earth, man. And I'm talking to 2/3 of our people, man. Or not our people, 2/3. I'll just say 2/3. Because all Israel is not of Israel. Okay? So yeah, we're going to see your judgment, man. Lord willing. You know, because y'all are enemy too. And it ain't just Esau and the other nations. It's y'all too. 2/3 is our enemy as well, man. Look at the bullshit y'all out here doing. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. And that's going to happen when them ICBM nuclear warheads touch down here in America soon. America is going to be the lake of fire, man. Okay? It's going to be a lake of fire. And it'll never be inhabited again by people. You know, and the fire is going to burn for a long time. And then the creatures, the desert creatures are going to live here, man. That's it. Desert creatures. This is going to be a desert, a desolate wilderness. Okay? That's what it's going to be when the destruction is over with. You know? And it says, goodness gracious. And ye shall know, hold on. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Lord, have poured out my fury upon you. Whew. Yeah, man. That's what's coming. That's what's coming, man. You know, for all the bullshit that we just seen together. You know? You got little baby West throwing up devil horns and all that. You know, you see that a lot with Jake. They throwing up them devil horns, you know, making the sign with their hand, thinking that shit is cool, man. That's you showing your allegiance. That's you showing your allegiance right there, man, to Satan. And that's why a lot of y'all are going to take that chip. Okay? Y'all definitely going to take that chip because y'all love it here. Y'all love how things are. Okay? And you're going to take that chip to be able to continue to live in this type of society, man. This is all you know. And this is all that you want. But we want something better, man. We want the kingdom. And that's what we're waiting for, man. The kingdom. You know? So I just want to do this quick lesson on this. Lord willing, this lesson has been edifying. And I want to say shalom to the next one.